and others are not. Throughout Arcadia. Placid Waters Wellnetarium, here on Praetor. It is personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould. The top responsible for making the mental more refreshing subject lacking the appropriate seal for their assigned Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk.
Come in, come right in, and be refreshed.
The duty of every protector is subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
A thing of symmetry.
Are you ready to realign with the paradigm? To shed all manner of imperfect thoughts?
All it takes is some light instruction, a restorative cocktail,
And a quick dip into the lake of particularity.
Head Refresher Gould. And I guarantee, when you exit our doors,
You'll be a productive member of our perfect society again. Soon you'll say,
goodbye, imperfect thoughts. Hello, contentment.
It's like being back on smoke extraction detail at the shipyards. Hello?
Facilities to be found throughout Arcadia. Placid Waters Wellnetarium, here on Praetor, is uniquely
Greetings,
special.
subject. Or should I say refreshed to be?
Refresher Gould, the top cognitive device.
Welcome to the Wellnetarium. You're not on my schedule. A walk-in then. Wonderful. Once you're properly evaluated, we'll have you well on your way to refreshment.
And then our heads will be as empty as yours.
Remember,
I've seen this too many times. It's not as fun as it sounds.
Oh, you appear to have questions. A telltale sign of needing refreshment.
we thrive together.
Our intake evaluation automech here simply means to ask you a few questions to amply delineate your phreноmetric matrix. A baseline understanding of your character and background will assist our facilitators in determining the ideal regimen necessary to abrade any perceived personality irregularities.
Agitatement stymies untorn inclinations and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry.
Head Refresher Gould says mental refreshment increases tractability, stifles undue agitatement, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry. I've undergone the procedure myself. Several times, they say, and look at me now, never more content.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental...
Placid Waters Wellnetarium is the primary mental refreshment facility on Praetor. We are tasked with ensuring local subjects are serene, untroubled, and operating at peak efficacy.
Prudence dictates we reject individualism.
Simply step over to my automechanical colleague to my left, / you're right, and it will begin your assessment.
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia, Placid Waters...
I'm realigned with the paradigm.
on Praetor is uniquely special.
It is personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top cognitive deviser responsible for making the mental refreshment process more
My
refreshing than
irregular
ever.
pondering begets disharmony.
Greetings, subject unscheduled. Welcome to Placid Waters Wellnetarium. Evaluation commencing. Subjects are required to respond 100% accurately to all queries. Bespoke prescribed regimens may produce untoward ramifications if baseline data is greater than minutely erroneous. Query 1. Concisely characterize your personal perspective.
It is the duty of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires...
Incorrect. The accepted answer is, I fulfill my duty to the Sovereign as a loyal Protectorate subject by operating at peak efficacy, without error, perpetually. Each a vital cog. Query 2. Rate your present level of zealous efficaciousness on a scale of 1 to 5. 5 being the highest, 3 being a traitor, 1 being dead.
System abides.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
Incorrect. Wait, processing. That was correct. No subject has ever answered that query accurately before to date. The degree of zealous efficaciousness expected of a dutiful and true subject of the Protectorate is beyond measure. Query 3. Do you ever fall prey to imperfect thoughts, including, but not limited to, doubt, disbelief, uncertainty, curiosity, recalcitrance, and mischief?
It is personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top cognitive deviser responsible for making the mental refreshment process more
Unacceptable.
refreshing than ever.
A perfect society demands perfect thoughts. Imperfection is impossible when the mind is a thing of symmetry. Final query. How would your neighbors describe you?
Day today. Are you mentally refreshed?
Unsatisfactory response. The appropriate reply was, they never questioned, never doubted. Their zeal never lagged. Formulating conclusion. Phrenometric matrix delineated. Subject evaluation score total 200 out of 200. The acceptable amount for a true and dutiful Protectorate subject is 0. In conclusion, you are in dire need of mental refreshment. Now, proceed to the nearby pneumatic tube to collect your complimentary unitard and lift pass. Next, proceed one floor down, where you will be directed further. Your realignment with the paradigm begins now.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and
You'll
contented.
feel ever so much better once your phrenometric peaks have been
Your
abraded.
realignment with the paradigm begins now.
Don't forget, your unthinking compliance lets the paradigm run with flawless efficiency. Unthinking is essential. Unthink today. Unthink tomorrow. Unthink forever.
Trust me.
Your
Delay the
realignment with the
particularity
paradigm
does
begins
wonders.
now.
Deliberate is to court ruin.
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia, Placid Waters Wellnetarium here on Praetor is uniquely special.
It is personally
Can't stop picturing Sam
overseen by
going through this
Head
exact
Refresher
process.
Gould, the top cognitive divisor
Greetings, new
responsible for
person.
making the mental
You have a look of
refreshment
query about
process
you.
more
I have
refreshing
answers
than
to
ever.
questions and no questions to. Hello, my name is Abigail, and I am realigned with the paradigm.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Right as rain, neighbor, never more content. I am newly full of zeal, free of imperfect thoughts. My mind is a thing of symmetry. My phrenometric peaks are all abraded.
The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles
Pondering begets disharmony. To deliberate is to court ruin. Notions are a gateway to mayhem, bedlam, turmoil, and vexation. Thinking never made anybody happy. Head Refresher Gould says his recorded lectures are key to thinking approved thoughts. He tells us what to think and what thoughts are unsanctioned. It's also very helpful. That, a restorative cocktail of pharmaceuticals, and a quick dip into the lathe of particularity device can abrade all imperfections.
Possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
Only internally, I'm afraid. You should speak to Refreshment Facilitator Tilden in the lecture hall.
Prudence dictates.
Why, it's right outside Head Refresher Gould's office. He'll schedule you an appointment. Just follow the signs to the lecture hall.
Many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout
I once
Arcadia.
possessed a failing of character where I would voice simple statements in a way that sounded like a question. Drat!
It is personally
There.
overseen
Did it
by
again.
Head Refresher Gould,
Anyhow, I
the
was
top
reported
cognitive
for it?
divisor responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing.
It is the duty
than
of
ever.
all protectorate subjects to regularly converse with our neighbors, so we may determine if their zeal has wavered. I only experience approved emotions. Doubt and worry are notably unsanctioned. A perfect society demands perfect thoughts, after all. Refreshment is inevitable. You can't fight contentment.
It is the duty of every
Section thoughts are
protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry.
Remember, all subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Consul.
Their team plays the worst anyone has ever played. Our first back is perfect. Our pitch ball is well conveyed.
That's why we are all happy
you're you.
and contented.
Must be.
And others
You still
are
retain
not.
that look of inquiry and deliberation. I'm Waylon.
Prudence dictates we rout all disruptive influences.
I make all songs about the Paradigm Abiders. Folks tend to get rather sore about it. The original version's about being a good protectorate subject and turning in your neighbor if they lack zeal or think thoughts and such. In my case, my daughter reported me.
Is uniquely special.
It is personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top cognitive deviser responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than
Of course,
ever.
we're all supposed to watch each other close to keep the paradigm on track and abiding. First thing you do when you're back is thank the person who did it.
Remember, collective cognitive compliance is a key part of our perfect society. When we comply
I couldn't
together,
leave.
we
Not yet.
thrive together.
Haven't completed my regimen. My phrenometric peaks are still jutting all over the place, they say.
It is the duty of every protectorate
Are you in
subject to
disguise?
ensure they are
I don't recognize so-and-so as a title.
at all
This
times.
feels a bit
The
curious to
paradigm
me.
requires it.
But I feel
That's
compelled
why
not to question it too
mental
much.
refreshment is
Maybe the
so
treatment is
important.
working.
The mental
I'd go with you,
refreshment
I guess.
process increases
But I need
tractability,
something first.
stifles undue
They took all
agitation,
my things when I
stymies
arrived.
untoward
Stored them in
inclinations,
storage.
and refashions
My
the mind
commemorative
into
pitch
a
balls
thing
in
of
there.
symmetry.
From my favorite team, the Paradigm Abiders. Can't leave without it.
The console provides, the system abides.
You know, the Paradigm Abiders? Best pitchball team in the league? I heard ignorant outsiders call pitchball toss ball. Anyhow, my daughter got me the ball to commemorate a big game. I had to turn in my personal items when I was admitted. On account I tried to leave once or twice before. Saw them put it in a closet behind reception upstairs.
Prudence dictates we reject
Suppose so.
individualism in
Maybe
all
almost,
its
at
many
least.
forms.
One way out's the safest. Someone dug a tunnel in the kitchen pantry, though there are 2 automechs assigned there now to keep subjects from wandering in and ambling off.
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia, Placid Waters Wellnetarium here on
Mech
Prager
controls are
is
typically handled
uniquely
via a
special.
terminal.
It is personally
Probably one
overseen
upstairs,
by Head
but
Refresher
we're not allowed up there.
Gould, the top
Maybe you can
cognitive
find a way
advisor
there.
responsible
I'll be
for
dithering
making
about
the
here in the
mental
meanwhile.
refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
Medicament dispensement has concluded for today. Medicament dispensement has concluded for today. Please proceed to the
Imperfection is impossible.
exception.
Fulfill our duty to the
Perfect
Protectorate.
symmetry.
We're all in this together.
Each a vital cog.
Each a vital cog.
It is the duty of every protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry. Preserve set progress. Sustain
The kitchen pantry is presently off limits due to anomalous structural tampering.
happy and contented, and others are not.
Haven't had an imperfect thought in. I can't recall how long.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it.
Anyone has ever had perfection is perfect.
Settle down, everyone. Lecture's playing. Prepare to be edified.
For today's topic, we'll touch on why our program is so very important. Ignorant, misguided outsiders may wonder, why does the Protectorate need mental refreshment? Doesn't it inhibit personal freedom? Yet this freedom they celebrate is a yawning chaos, and their choice is an invitation to failure, loss, and
No
anarchy.
talking until the lecture's over.
Fact that all human beings require direction. As my good friend the Consul would say, at its
Perfect society demands perfect thoughts.
is cravenly, inept, and slothful.
You can't
We
fight
at the Protectorate are not, because we do not allow ourselves to be. The paradigm charts our course, gives us purpose. The Consul is the firm hand that guides us. Mental refreshment keeps us on task, free from
Greeting, unscheduled walk-in. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, how mentally refreshed are you feeling today?
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Rounding up for clarity / responding approvingly. Our refreshment facilitators will be pleased with your progress. Mindfully maintain mental momentum. Medicament dispensement has concluded for the day.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward.
Response. Medicaments are stored in medicament storage, the office in which this unit presently operates. Yet, it is strictly off-limits to all non-refreshment facilitator personnel. Farewell statement. May refreshment soon render you free from doubt. A vital cog once more.
Hostile spot!
Well, there are... mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia. Classic Waters Wellnetarium here on Praetor is really special.
It is personally overseen by Head Refresher
Hence, a formal audit of the grounds.
responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
To what ends do you endeavor? Terminating this fruitless pursuance.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate seal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea, it's the law.
Every protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment
undue agitation, stymies untoward inclination.
All subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Sovereign. Quick once over. There! Found you. Better go see. Have the preponderance of caution.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and others are not.
It is personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top cognitive deviser responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
Oh, a new face. Well, I'd welcome you to the Wellnetarium, but the designated subject reader ought to have attended to that by now.
Cognitive compliance is a key part of our perfect society. When we comply together...
I was once a victim of imperfect thoughts. Oh, I had so many questions. But my questioning days are long gone.
It is the duty of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation.
Admitting you question is the first step in your recovery. But worry not. Soon enough, with our help and a little work, you'll never question again.
The console provides, the system abides.
You must mean the lathe of particularity. One assumes you haven't had a session with Head Refresher Gould yet. You'll soon learn all about it firsthand.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the...
I see you found the lecture as edifying as all the others here. Good, good. Collective cognitive compliance is a key part of the prescribed curative regimen. Head Refresher Gould provides us with daily lectures in audio cartridge form to steer group thinking. As they say, to think together is to together thrive. Upstairs in the audiovisual aids office, of course. Though that area is off limits to all subjects not a part of facility staff or security.
It is personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top cognitive deviser responsible...
You've missed the daily medicament dispensement, if that's what you mean. But you should take that up with the medicament dispensement automech directly. The medicament dispensement automech auto-mechanically dispenses medicaments.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted...
The medicament dispensement automech auto-mechanically dispenses medicaments. The medicament dispensement automech auto-mechanically dispenses medicaments. The medicament dispensement automech auto-mechanically dispenses medicaments. How very interesting. Here, take my pass then. It grants access to all mid-privilege priority areas. You'll feel ever so much better once your phronometric peaks have been abraded.
They're just handing out keys to anyone around here, aren't they? Mental refreshment really cleans out your common sense. Like an enema for your gray matter.
Preserve set progress. Sustain the system. Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented. And
This
others
unit
are not.
beautifully acknowledges your presence.
Prudence dictates we reject individuals in all its many forms.
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout our
Greeting, unscheduled walk-in.
Trust the plan. Preserve set progress. Sustain the system. Serve the sovereign. Seems like trouble.
Calling unfriendly.
Preserve set progress. Sustain the system. Serve the sovereign. Prudence dictates, eye your neighbors carefully.
Say, what's that sound? Why does the wall look so soft all over?
trust the plan, preserve set progress, sustain the system, serve the sovereign.
Guns cocked and loaded.
Target's taking leave.
You think too much.
Console provides, the system abides.
Hostile spot.
Never question, never doubt it.
Sharp enough. Hostiles nearby.
Spy mo-
You've gained privileged access somehow. Our superiors must have arranged it.
our beneficent ruler, the Sovereign.
Eyes up. Hostiles.
Never more content. Never more.
Don't hurt him, please. The Sovereign isn't at his best right now. You're not here to harm him, are you? If so, I must warn you, I will defend the Sovereign to the fullest extent of my meager abilities. Yes, it is. Our beneficent, infallible ruler, the Sovereign Henry Aloysius Varric, son of the first Sovereign, Reuben Varric. You'll have to forgive him right now. As I said, he is not his best today. Why, I'm his attendant, of course. I have seen to the Sovereign's personal needs since he was a mere, but of course vibrant and robust, infant. We've been here since it was determined that the Sovereign, long distraught over the loss of his family, was in need of mental refreshment. Since then, he has been receiving dedicated treatment from head refresher Gould himself. Well, after his first session, the Sovereign was notably upset, launched into hysteric fits of paranoid ranting, absurd nonsense about how the Consul had betrayed him and seized power. For his own good, he had to be gently but firmly restrained. That all stopped after his next dip into the lathe, thank law. He's remained quite peaceful since. I'm certain he'll be back to his old self in no time. Preposterous. The Consul and all the vigilant are above reproach. No subject of the Protectorate would ever harm, or knowingly allow harm to befall our beneficent ruler, the Sovereign, or consider such a thing. To even think such a thought is unthinkable. This stately form before you is the direct descendant of the matriarch herself. All we have, all any of us have, stems directly from the works of his family line. I will stay true to him and the Protectorate to the end. We all will. The Sovereign is receiving the finest possible care as he has every day of his life. Treatment outside the Protectorate is barbaric by comparison. Our system is perfect. Just leave us be. Go. Please, just leave us. Just leave.
Oh, do I detect a whiff of reprioritin gas? You know, I suddenly feel a mite more pliable somehow. Surely nothing to question. I thought no one was due for peak abradement for hours. I should have your chart. Wait. Ha, you're not a Protectorate subject at all. You have the telltale look of wonder and introspection.
Apparently this one's never sampled his own supply before.
Well, this is normally where you'd say something. My, can't believe I'm falling for that, as it may be the most unconvincing display of fealty I've ever seen. Oh dear, I seem to be a little unstable at the moment. But never fear, I have intellect to spare. Don't believe me? I can prove it. Even in a state such as this, I am more than able to apply my argumentative skills against the inferior minds and bankrupt philosophies of our rivals. To what end are you here? Tell me truly, speak plainly. You know, I'm beginning to have an inkling about your purpose here, and whose employ you're under. A proposal. Adequately debate me on the merits and failings of each group's ideology, and I'll provide you what you're here for. I believe in the strength of our ideals. I'm quite certain I'll win you over. What's more, our colloquy promises to be vastly more diverting than my usual day-to-day blather. But if I'm wrong, what would Auntie's Choice or the Order or my word, you're not a scrapper? Well, none of them will know what to do with our advanced know-how. There's a good sport. Do try to keep up. So, what of the Order? our former allies, those cursed overthinkers, doomed to lives free of luxury, toiling away in ceaseless cogitation. What say you of them? My position is a burden gladly taken to ease the suffering of our subjects. I think so they don't have to ensure the paradigm runs ably. Their order is chaos to us. Though your point, while gratingly expressed, is noted, albeit grudgingly. What say you about Auntie's choice, then? Tell me, is there any value in the vapid emptiness of those corporate consumerists? That actually sounds to have some slight merit when you put it that way. I mean, such a system would leave behind the general public, though. All our friends and neighbors. Your point is not completely without worth, I suppose. Only mostly. In the Protectorate, we have the best of everything. Food, technology, a sense of belonging, freedom from doubt, worry, hard work. No, the others simply cannot compare. People are unproductively prone to unhappiness. We remove this self-sabotaging flaw so they can fully appreciate the ample bounty we provide, free of doubt and worry. Oh, are we to debate the nature of self now? Of identity? Let's stay on topic. I admit I've never submitted myself to the lathe of particularity, but I'm sure it would be like a light, pleasant misting of the mind. I am certain I would return unchanged. Well, you've raised some interesting points, I suppose. Any other clever assertions you'd like to put forward before I fully evaluate your performance here? You don't think I'd send thousands through the process if I wasn't absolutely confident of it being unharmful. The results speak for themselves, literally. Our subjects have never been more content. They say so repeatedly. Huh. Taken as a whole, that was the most engaging conversation I've had in, well, couldn't even say. Yes, it's true. I am thoroughly disturbed by how much you made me question many long-held beliefs. But frankly, that was quite invigorating. Now, what next? Really? That's exceptionally flattering, and something I never would have considered before our belief-shaking conversation. But honestly, I do deserve it, don't I? Might I ask for a few additional particulars? For instance, what is the title of the role? My, that sounds wonderful. I shall head there straight away. Thank you so much for making this opportunity happen. Feel free to scavenge around. It's not as if anything you find here will be any use to your masters.
Wait. I was led to believe my case required minimal treatment. But that last session, that was far more intensive.
Strong observation, Your Sublime Radiance. We set the lathe to the maximal abradement setting, per instructions.
Maximal? Who authorized you to use that setting? I demand the name of my betrayer!
Subject is exhibiting increased agitation upon exiting the lathe, consistent with extreme cases. Further abradement recommended.
Who are you speaking to? Are you recording this? Enough of this farce! Release me at once!